So where we left off, Pastor Ricky had asked me to do something with our welcome area and our lobby, which makes no sense because I have no clue when it comes to interior design, especially for a church lobby, which is kind of its own animal. My volunteer told me no, which, you know, I don't like. So I have my stand-in today. She's gonna give me a hand. Ta-da! But on this side, I have a white brick wall. You can see some of it. And then on this side, I have a white, it's just like a regular wall, a drywall. And then over kind of out of the frame, I have a black brick wall. So I have to figure out things to put on these big spaces that will make sense. So I've been scratching my chin for a while and figuring out what I'm gonna do. And I have no solution. So I'm gonna do what I do best, which is go to the Stagekins website on my cellular device. Oh, check it out. That looks like exactly how I want my lobby to look. Cool, let's order that one. All right, the sign's been ordered. Focus. So now that I've got some of my sign put together there on the ground, I wanted to show you some of the pieces and parts that came with this kit. So first we have the middle connector, the square, that goes in the middle, right here, and here, and here. And then we have the cleat connector. Focus, focus. So it's got, you can tell it's got like a beveled edge there. That'll go on the top, like up here, where's my finger? There it is, here, here, and here, because that's what helps it hang on the wall, is this little beveled piece. And the ends and edges. So that's just similar to the hanging piece. We have this small rectangle, which is going to go around the edges. So here, 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 and here. And then of course we have our nuts and bolts. And how this works, if you can't figure out this part, well, you're probably worse off than I am. Focus. So it's important that some of the corners aren't going to have connectors. And when I say the corners, I mean up here, down here, over here, and over here. They don't have any connectors. So I thought, well, why even bother putting a nut and a bolt in there? Well, I can tell you why, after screwing this up my own self, is that this length of this screw goes into that corner and it makes like a standoff effect. So it holds the sign off of the wall just ever so slightly, so it actually stands off consistently and you get a little bit of dimension to the sign. So now that that's done, I'm going to continue assembling the sign. At this point it says welcome me, which is how it should be at church. Welcome me, and then I'm going to figure out how to put it up on the wall. So before I attempt to slap this thing on the wall, I wanted to show you how this works from the back side, now that I just explained it. So there's your non-connector hole where you do need to put a bolt in. There's your regular old rectangles with 2 holes, squares, 4 holes go in the middle and the top. These rectangles have cleats on them, which I'll show you up close what that looks like. Maybe. Focus! See how the cleat, maybe you can see it, maybe if I zoom. Okay, so you see that cleat? In the bottom half, there's like a beveled edge. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to put this up once you have these mounted in the right place. Okay, check out how easy this is. Now that I've got my whole sign put together, know where it goes on the wall. I have been banned from using drills and or screw guns here at the church. We'll talk about why in a different video. It's neither here nor there. So I had to have our maintenance guy come in, put those babies up for me. Now, here's a cool thing. The sign weighs very little, so I can manipulate this all by myself. No help from Theodore, who's slacking today, as volunteers do. He's not here to help. Whoops. So, it's pretty simple. Roughly where it needs to be. Get it where it needs to go. Slowly let it down. and those cleats just lock right into place. Just let it go. Give it a bit of a shake, and you're done. Now, brought our welcome center back over, which happens to be built on wheels for extra convenience. And we have this amazing white sign on a white wall. Again, that standoff gives you a little bit of dimension, a little bit of shadow, which looks really cool. And it's done. It's just that simple. Stageskins, again, saved me. It gets better though. They had, in addition to the big 4x8 welcome stuff, they have a bunch of different like welcome type phrases, which is really cool. It made my life easy. I had to think of nothing. I just picked the one that I thought looked cool. They have this one in black as well, which would also look good on that wall. But then they have this one over behind me, which is like for a common area, like lobbies and cafes and stuff, which is really cool. I love the blue on the white. Sometimes I pretend to be a designer and talk about things that I know what I'm talking about and I really don't. So I just made all that up. But it looks cool, right? And then over here we have on the blackish wall, which needs repainted, as it's getting gross, this really cool green which kind of like pops off, and I just like the way it looked. That's why I ordered it. And look, it's got a churchy thing on it. It says, "Behold, I'm making all things new," which is a Bible verse. So not only do I look like an interior designer, like I know what I'm talking about, but I also incorporated Jesus in there, which is what we want. So moving forward, this is it. This is my last project. Going back to paint. I'm gonna make my sweet flyers I've been working on, and that's the end of it. And hopefully I never see you guys again. So peace.